Hey everybody, now that we understand the meaning of square root, we're going to proceed on and now talk about a cube root. So the first thing I want you to understand is there are not just square root symbols. There are other root symbols in mathematics. And the reason why is it has to do with, again, inverse operations. We have now discussed the reason why we even have a square root symbol is because it's the opposite of the exponent squaring. So we now know roots, radicals, are opposites of exponents. Okay? As you look at the PowerPoint, I again want to reiterate, if I write the square root of 16, the square root is an operation. It's something you do to the number 16. It's asking you what number times itself would give you 16. And we all know the square root of 16 is 4. That's because if you check yourself, 4 times 4, which is written as 4 squared with an exponent, 4 squared is 16. So that's the whole purpose of where roots came from. They're the opposite. They're undoing. They're the inverse operation of an exponent. Well, if you think about that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only exponent you've ever seen the little number 2? No. An exponent can be any size. So, for example, if you look at the PowerPoint, my next expression says 4 cubed. Or you could read that as 4 to the 3rd power. Most of us read it as 4 cubed. We all know what that means. That means take the base 4 and multiply it to itself 3 times. So we know when we see 4 cubed, we write on paper 4 times 4 times 4. And when we work that out, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 would give us 64. So we know the expression 4 cubed equals 64. If I read that expression as 4 cubed, then there's got to be an opposite operation to cubing. And the opposite operation to cubing would not be square root. That doesn't make sense. The opposite of squaring is square root. So the opposite of cubing would be a cube root. And a cube root symbol is still the radical sign, the check mark, but now you will see the itty-bitty index of 3 in that left side. Okay, it kind of looks like it's inside the check mark. Okay, so the opposite of cubing is a cube root. If I'm asking you to do a cube root, yes, you will always see the index of 3 written. Cube rooting, again, does not mean division. Cube rooting means multiplication. If square root meant to multiply a number to itself, so that's twice, cube rooting means to multiply a number to itself 1, 2, 3 times. So roots always mean repeated multiplication. So if you look down at your PowerPoint, it says the cube root of 8. I'm asking you to take that radicand 8 and do the operation cube root. I'm asking you in words, what number can you multiply 3 times that would make 8? Well, would it be 1? No, because 1 times 1 times 1 would still be 1. Would it be 2? Let's see. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times another 2 would be 8. So yes, the cube root of 8 would be the number 2. And that's the definition of what cube root means. Cube root means I'm asking you to multiply the same number 3 times to give me the radicand. All right, let's take this information and move to the next module. See you then.